Dear students, hope you are maintaining self-hygiene and you are washing your hands regularly. Okay, so today we will start with the Cannizzaro reaction. Okay, in the continuation with our name reactions. So in Cannizzaro reaction, normally the aldehyde, okay, only aldehyde, not the ketone, only aldehydes without having alpha hydrogen undergo self-oxidation reduction reaction in the presence of concentrated alkali. Okay, so I'll write the aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen is this one, formaldehyde, okay, methanol, which name is. So two molecule of this in presence of concentrated alkali, so I will use KOH. So it forms alcohol as one of the product, and next is the sodium salt of this carboxylic acid. Sorry, potassium salt, since we have used the potassium. So this is the Cannizzaro reaction. Okay, so how this reaction takes place, so I'll briefly write the mechanism of this one. Say we have this molecule, okay, so when we use this KOH, so it will give your OH negative, right? Now we know that this carbon is slightly positive because this is carbon and due to this oxygen, so it is always del positive, del negative, right? So OH will obviously attract with this carbon. So here attacks and this will go up. So our bond becomes like this, CH, here comes OH, okay? So single bond negative, okay, dot negative. So there are already two lone pairs. So if I write all the electron pair, then it will be 3 lone pair now. Fine, right. So now the next thing is that we have another molecule. Since we are using two molecules, one molecule is converted into this oxide ion. Then another molecule we have this C double bond OH, right? So now this one of the electron comes here, okay, and the bond will form between the जो रोय का electron से रगा के electron bond बनी and this will come out. So this is basically, we call it hydride shift. This is not the proton, so it is hydrogen with electron, okay, it will come out, so as S negative. So this will attack here and this will go up. So we call it hydride shift. So here our product will be HC double bond OH, okay, I am writing this OH that side, plus this product will obtain CO negative H, okay. Now there will be the exchange of this H takes place. Now proton shift, okay. So proton shift is the second step. The proton will be shift, this H will be shifted here and negative will be here. So this step is called hydride shift. Now the proton shift takes place. So after proton shift we have C double bond O negative plus, so H comes here, so we will have C OH H and H. So since we have already used OH, now K remains in the solution only. That K will come and it will attack here, okay, it will. So our product will be COK double bond here plus, now this has already been released, so I am writing again here. So HCOH H. So in this way this two product has been formed. The next reaction we will deal with is a Colbert reaction. In Colbert reactions, normally the phenol is converted into salicylic acid, okay. Salicylic acid is one of the component for the aspirin, which is used as a medicine. So we'll do that reaction, this reaction. So we have a phenol. So when phenol is treated with sodium hydroxide, okay, this water will be released. So OH and this H, which water and the sodium goes here. So it will form a sodium phenoxide. O and A. So this is our sodium phenoxide, right? So when sodium phenoxide is treated with carbon dioxide, it forms a salt of salicylic acid, so it's a COONA, right? Remember this Na comes here and CO comes here, and then H from here H goes here. Okay, so this. So when it is treated with acid, then our salicylic acid will be formed. OH, here is COOH. So this is called salicylic acid, or in IUPAC name it is called 1,2, so it's a 2-hydroxy benzoic acid. So it's a 2-hydroxy benzoic acid, or we can, in a common name, we can call it as a salicylic acid. So this is basically the called a reaction. The next reaction is Reimer-Tiemann reaction, in which again the phenol is converted into salicylaldehyde in this time. Right. So phenol. So our starting product is the phenol. So when phenol is treated with chloroform plus base, so NaOH, okay, so it forms CHO group, right? So when it is treated with this acid, then now this Na will be replaced by H. So this is our salicylaldehyde. In IUPAC name we call it is a 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde. This is 1,2. So 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde, or in common name we call it is salicylaldehyde. So the conversion of phenol to salicylaldehyde is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction, in which we know that chloroform and NaOH is used in phenol, then it forms this adopt, then when it is treated with acid, then it forms a salicylaldehyde. The next important reaction is the Grignard reagent, preparation of Grignard reagent. Now Grignard reagent is basically, we call it RMZX. Okay, R is alkyl, M is alkyl group, M is magnesium, alkyl, M is magnesium, X is halogen. So when alkyl halide is treated with magnesium in the presence of dry ether, there should not be any traces of moisture. Remember, moisture of water. Then it forms a RMZX. So you cannot write bond here because this is the ionic bond here. This side is your covalent bond. Okay, so if I take a particular example, then CH3CH2 Br, when it reacts with magnesium metal in the presence of dry ether, then this magnesium gets inserted here. Remember, so CH3CH2 Mz, no bond, so it's an ionic bond, so Br, right? Okay, even now this can be utilized for your aryl halide, yes. So Br. If I have Mz, then normally we know that this bond is very strong bond. Okay, this carbon and halogen bond. The carbon of the benzene ring and the halogen is very strong bond. There are various reasons like partial double bond character, sp, due to the sp2 carbon here. Okay, so this has a partial double bond character. So this is very strong bond. Normally it doesn't break. But here, if we use Mz and dry ether, magnesium can easily get inserted here. MzBr. So this is our Grignard reagent. So preparation of Grignard reagent. Remember one thing, that this Grignard reagent should not come in contact with the moisture or water. In the presence of moisture or water, it breaks into hydrocarbon. For example, CH3CH MzBr, when it comes into contact with water or moisture, Okay, so water means you think it is a H plus and OH minus. Okay, just for your reference. So the OH will get attached with magnesium and H will get attached with this. Sorry, it's CH2. So yeah. So our product will be ethane. Ethane. Then plus we have MgOH-Br. Okay, MgOH-Br means Mg2 plus O negative, Br negative. So ionic bond is there. Okay, so always remember that Grignard reagent should not be come into contact with the moisture or water. It acts very vigorously with water to form corresponding hydrocarbon. The next reaction we will do with is the Williamson synthesis. Okay, it's basically the preparation of ether, right? So from alkyl halide and sodium alkoxide. So if I have alkyl halide plus sodium alkoxide, this sodium alkoxide, then this two gets combined to form ROR. Okay, so ROR, then this will come out as a NaH. The important feature of this reaction is that this alkyl halide must be primary. Remember the condition that alkyl halide must be primary every time. If we use secondary or tertiary, then elimination reaction takes place. Okay, because in elimination reaction we also use alkoxide. Okay, example of the Williamson synthesis, we can have CH3, CH2, Br. When it reacts with CH3, CH2, ONA, then this Br and Na comes out, then O will get attached here. So start writing from this point. So CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3 plus side product will be NaBr. So in this way we can prepare ether. Okay, so note, important thing you should remember is that we should not have primary, secondary or tertiary alkyl halide. So what if we have tertiary alkyl halides? Br reacts with CH3, CH2ONA, suppose. Then we know that alkoxide will take out your alpha. So there are many, sorry, this is alpha, this is beta, 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 right? So this will take the beta hydrogen, because we know beta hydrogen, beta acidic, we have done in the elimination reaction. So it will take out beta hydrogen, right? So alpha, so we have varieties of beta here. So any one. So if I remove the beta hydrogen from here, so our product will be CH3, CH3, double bond, CH2. Okay, so this will be our product if we use tertiary alkyl halide. So always remember, in the Williamson synthesis we must use primary alkyl halide. Thank you.